Well, good morning and welcome to the Alliance annual meeting. I'm Bob Swindell and I have the distinct privilege to serve as your president and CEO of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance. Just as 2020 has been a very unique and different year, today's program is unique. As so many of all of our recent meetings, this is a virtual meeting, with portions of our program coming to you from Signature Grand, where our speakers are socially distanced, and portions coming from remote locations. And we thank you and our virtual audience participants who are joining us from your homes and offices. To begin our program, please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Dr. Ben Sorensen, Commissioner of the City of Fort Lauderdale and Department Head for a Navy Reserve Unit at U.S. Southern Command. His personal awards include the Joint Service Commendation Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, and the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal.
Hello, I'm Ben Sorensen, Fort Lauderdale City Commissioner, District 4. I want to thank the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance for all the good work you do in our community. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sorensen. It's great to see you virtually, and I look forward to seeing you in person in the very near future. As is traditional with our events, this will be a working meal, so please enjoy your lunch at your convenience. We hope you all had a chance to pick up your gourmet go-to lunch that Arlene Pecora and her staff created for our virtual participants. We have several printed items that you've received as part of today's lunch, or have access to digital versions on our website at gflalliance.org/2020 annual meeting. The Alliance team puts a great deal of thought and effort into producing these communication tools. Please spend time to review and stay up to date. Included in today's information is your annual meeting luncheon program book, filled with highlights and photos from the previous year. The 2021 Economic Source Book, produced in partnership with the South Florida Business Journal, your 2020 Alliance Annual Report, and a special thank you from the supporters of Broward campaign. One thing that hasn't changed is the incredible support from our members and partners who enable us to continue the work of economic development no matter the situation. And now, thank you to our incredible sponsors. This event would not be possible without you. Our presenting sponsor, FPL. Juliet Rorlak, would you please make a few comments as our presenting sponsor?
Good afternoon. Florida Power and Light is a proud CEO Council member of the Alliance, and we are thrilled to be the presenting sponsor of the annual meeting. We're all gathered here despite this year's abundant and extraordinary challenges. The Alliance's resilience is noteworthy, and the members' increased engagement is palpable. I have some exciting updates about how we have been innovating, and it all emanates from our company's philosophy of continuous improvement and changing the current state of energy and energy services. FPL is the largest utility by retail sales in the U.S. We are part of the NextEra family, and NextEra is the world's largest renewable energy producer by the wind and the sun, operating in 48 states. We have been recognized for innovation in and outside of the energy industry, and it does not happen by chance. It happens because we regularly self-examine, change, pivot, and grow. FPL has provided the best energy value, and we're committed to do it. What does that mean? The cleanest, most reliable, and lowest cost energy. We're clean, 30% cleaner than the national average. We have two of the most modern natural gas plants in the country in Broward, right here in Broward. We launched our 30 by 30 plan to install 30 million solar panels by 2030, which will make Florida one of the largest users of solar power. We're also building the largest solar-powered battery in the U.S. and will be piloting a brand new energy generator, green hydrogen technology, which could one day unlock carbon-free electricity. And we're reliable. We've been investing billions of dollars to upgrade our infrastructure, significantly increasing our reliability and decreasing our restoration time. We trim thousands of miles of trees near power lines to decrease damage to the lines, the most common cause of outages. And we deploy current technology, smart meters and over 160,000 smart devices which predict failures and immediately correct or alert us to failure for faster response. And finally, we're affordable. Our bills are lower than 75% of the US. So over 37 states have rates much higher than we do here in Florida. And our bills are lower than they were 15 years ago. We have a relentless focus on maximizing your dollars so you can keep more of it. Our Office of Economic Development just launched an incubator, 35 Mules. We've invested up to $100,000 each in 6 startups who are now mentoring to grow their businesses. We want entrepreneurs to flourish and stay local. We recently donated 400 computers to support a new workforce development certification program with Broward College to help get people back to work. And we provide free business resource tools to research market and demographic data. We just announced our Main Street Recovery Credit Program, which provides credit on small business utility bills during the ongoing pandemic. And we provide these resources for the entire state, not just our territory. As we know, when one thrives, we all thrive. Our company values economic development, and we value our partnership with the Alliance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Juliet. FPL does have long ties to Broward County. She mentioned actually one of the power plants, the Dania Beach power plant, was the very first power plant that FPL had. They've just totally renovated that power plant. But in the early days, it was used for making ice. And Juliet mentioned 35 Mules. Now, you may think that's an unusual name for a technology and energy incubator in Juno Beach, but it took 35 mules to pull an ice cart after the ice was manufactured in Dania Beach. So that's where it all ties in. But we could not do what we do without the support from FPL, not only for their investment and sponsorship, but also for what they do for the state of Florida for economic development. We'd like to thank now our platinum sponsors, JM Family Enterprises, the Seminole Tribe of Florida, the Signature Grand, and South Florida Business Journal. Our gold sponsors, Port Everglades and the South Florida Business and Wealth. Our silver sponsors, Bank of America, Broward Health, Capital Analytics Associates, the City of Coconut Creek, FXC, the City of Fort Lauderdale's Executive Airport, Morris Southeast Group, and Starmark. Thank you also to our table sponsors listed in your program. And as always, a very special thank you to our primary partner in economic development, Broward County. We are so appreciative to have the support of the county and the economic engines of the port, the airport, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Office of Economic and Small Business Development. We'd like to recognize our county commissioners who are with us in this virtual meeting. Mayor Steve Geller, Vice Mayor Michael Udine, and Commissioners Lamar Fisher, Beam Furr, Dale Holness, who actually also served as our Broward County Commission liaison when he was mayor this past year, and Dr. Barbara Sharif. Thank you again. I'd also like to recognize County Administrator Bertha Henry, Deputy County Administrator Monica Sapero, Port Everglades Chief Executive and Port Director Jonathan Daniels, and welcome to Broward County, Jonathan. Mark Gale, Chief Executive Officer, Director of Aviation at FLL, and Sandy Michael McDonald, Director, Broward County Office of Economic and Small Business Development. Additional elected officials that are with us today include State Representative Chip Lamarca, and also an Alliance Executive Board member, and from our municipalities, Mayor Tamara James and Commissioners Joyce Davis and Lauren Udman of Dania Beach, Mayor Bill Gantz and Commissioners Todd Drosky and Michael Hudak of Deerfield Beach, Fort Lauderdale Commissioner Ben Sorensen, who you heard from before when he gave the pledge, North Lauderdale Mayor Anna Ziad, Oakland Park Mayor Jane Bolin, and Sunrise Mayor and longtime friend of the Alliance, Mike Ryan. We also thank City Managers Frank Babinick of Coral Springs, Karen Brooks of Coconut Creek, and Michael Cernick of Tamarack, for being with us today. I also want to recognize one of our most outstanding partners, Carol Hilton, the new president and CEO of CareerSource Broward. As many of you are aware, our longtime friend Mason Jackson retired this year, and the CareerSource Broward board wisely promoted the executive vice president, Carol Hilton, who now serves as president of CareerSource Broward. We're delighted to continue the long-standing partnership that we have with CareerSource Broward. We also want to recognize our good friend, Senator George Lemieux, and Presidents George Hambury of NSU and Gregory Hale of Broward College. And our sincere thanks to our top investors, the CEO Council. Without their support, the work we do to market our community nationally and build the business brand for Greater Fort Lauderdale would not be possible. A special thank you for their incredible leadership during an unprecedented year. Our Chair, Colin Brown, Chairman of JM Family Enterprises, and our Vice Chairman, Keith Koenig, CEO of City Furniture. Keith recently hosted the Secretary of Commerce at City Furniture a couple of months ago. It was a great event hosted by the City Furniture team. We also want to thank 3 new CEO Council members who joined this year. TTI, Tektronix Industries. You recognize them more easily from some of the brands they manufacture, which is Milwaukee Tool, Ryobi, and Dirt Devil, just to mention a few of their brands. Kaufman Lynn Construction, and Truist Bank. And thank you to all who served in 2020, our board members, our foundation board members, and our past chairs. Thanks to each of you for your support and your service to the Alliance. And now to make some welcoming remarks, I'm pleased to call on Broward County Mayor Steve Geller.
I'm Steve Geller, Mayor of Broward County, and it's my pleasure to be here with you today, virtually, to welcome you to the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance annual meeting. On behalf of the Broward County Commission, I'd like to thank all of you who are involved with the Alliance as members, partners, and volunteers. The county is very proud of our partnership with the Alliance. Every mayor cares about many issues, like water, affordable housing, etc. My top priority is bringing high-paid jobs to Broward County, and the County Commission looks forward to working with the Alliance on this issue. I've been glad to work with the Alliance for the past few years, promoting high-wage careers in the trades, as well as supporting jobs in our marine and aviation industries. We can't do this without our private employers stepping up, and I thank you for all that you do. Our community remains well-positioned and competitive to attract good jobs, and I look forward to working closely with the Alliance team and all of you as we recover and rebound. Thank you. We look forward to a great program today.
Thank you very much, Mayor Geller. As the mayor mentioned, he has been working diligently for the past couple of years on the trades and creating high-wage jobs within the trades. I want to thank Susan Kleiman, our manager of education programs at the Alliance, for her leadership and work and working with Mayor Geller and making sure that his priority gets the attention of not only the Alliance members, but also the parents of students that should have their children would consider a career in the trades. We'd like to kick off the next portion of the program with an exciting new Alliance project announcement in one of our most important targeted industries. As one of our key priorities is diversifying our economy and attracting high-skill, high-wage jobs to Broward, as indicated by Mayor Geller. I'm pleased to let you know that KeySource Pharma is locating a sales and logistics office in the Cypress Creek area of Fort Lauderdale. KeySource supplies the generic pharmaceutical needs of end-user pharmacies across the United States. They will be adding 50 new jobs and occupying 8,000 square feet of office space, with capital expenditure numbers to be announced later. The project team included Todd Holt, Jack Bennings, and CareerSource Broward. As you know by the name, KeySource Pharma is in the pharmaceutical industry. Life sciences is one of our target industries, and generic pharmaceuticals in particular is a key area for Broward County for focus in new jobs and retention and recruitment. One of the highlights of our annual meeting is a presentation of our leadership awards. The awards are given annually to individuals that are active in each of the Alliance's councils who've gone above and beyond in their service to the Alliance and our community. These volunteer leaders are nominated and selected by their peers. This year, while we're not able to honor our recipients in person, we thank each of them for their leadership and will deliver their awards to them. And because this is such a special occasion and we're not able to recognize our honorees in person, we're going to also celebrate these award recipients at our mid-year luncheon in person, let's hope, in May of 2021. We're going to be showing you our honorees throughout the meeting today, and we'd like to begin with revealing the Partner Council and the Entrepreneurship Council honorees.
The Coordinating Council of Broward is made up of senior executives across business, government, and nonprofit that collectively represent the largest health and human service stakeholders in the county. So together we look to better communicate, coordinate, and collaborate around a number of health and human service issues, including housing, homelessness, mental and behavioral health, economic development, public safety, seniors, children, and families. Typically, you don't think that economic development and health and human services really go hand in hand, but they do. In order for the Alliance to be successful, in order for our economy to be able to sustain itself and to thrive, and for us to continue to be competitive, we really do need to look at a variety of health and human service issues and how it affects residents and business owners alike. And so I think that the marriage between the Alliance and the work of the Coordinating Council lends itself well to the partnership that we've all been able to enjoy for the last several years. So I think on a really macro level, we sometimes forget the fact that at the end of the day, COVID is a public health versus economy issue. And so at the end of the day, the winners and losers are all one and the same, because if we can't address the public health issue, our economy isn't going to stay strong. If we don't support our economy, then it doesn't really matter what it is that we do on the public health perspective. So again, you've got to find this balance between understanding the important things. Certainly we know that wearing a mask and socially distancing when appropriate are the two best ways to do it, but we also need to find a way to continue to navigate and to continue to be healthy consumers of our economy. And so I'm really proud that the Coordinating Council has really been a strong partner with all of our CCB members. And really at the end of the day, the success of the CCB is in the successes of our partners.
The Galleria is the largest super-regional shopping center in the city of Fort Lauderdale, and I have been on the property for about 26 years. We got involved in the Alliance really because of our commitment to the community and to the county in general. A lot of people don't even realize the technology and the companies that are headquartered here in Broward County, and ultimately, you know, the Alliance does such an amazing job bringing those businesses here to our county, to our community, which ultimately help all of us. We were on the trip to Charlotte with the Alliance in March, and we were hearing rumblings about COVID, but certainly most of that was taking place overseas, and I don't think any of us really realized the impact that it was going to have here in our own country. And not too many weeks beyond that, basically, you know, we were shut down. It was a difficult time for everyone. It's a difficult time when you have to see so many people out of work. But I'm proud to say that, you know, we've really all gotten through this together. And so one of the things that we pivoted towards was curbside pickup, takeout and delivery for restaurants. So we designated certain spaces in our parking garage, and that's really what it's about, is making certain that everybody feels safe here on the property and doing it the way that works best for certain people.
Congratulations, Sandra and Melissa. If you wondered, Melissa started at the Galleria when she was a middle school intern, so those 26 years went by very fast for her. But Sandra and Melissa are perfect examples of why the Alliance is as strong as it is. It's members and leaders like that that have really made a difference in this organization. To say it has been a pleasure working with our 2020 board chair would be one of the biggest understatements of my life. In challenging times, some people naturally rise to the occasion. Fear of the unknown, health and economic chaos caused by an invisible threat. Think back to how you were working and what you were thinking in February of 2020, anticipating what 2020 would bring. As Melissa just mentioned, we had just come back with over 80 Alliance members from a leadership trip to Charlotte. I always say this, but it was one of the best trips ever. I think Gail just makes the trips better and better. But we came back with all kinds of ideas and action items, literally the last day of February and the first couple days of March, just as the talk of a virus in China and overseas was beginning to take more and more notice. The Alliance was incredibly fortunate to have a very special individual serving as our board chair this year. In her role at FPL, she often employs her skills in crisis management and community relations to guide our community through challenging times. Universally beloved by business organizations and nonprofits alike, her many relationships and leadership in the community are second to none. And we also found out during this year that she is an incredibly talented town hall host. She has a bright future on the small screen. Please help me welcome FPL's Director of External Affairs, Alliance Fiscal Chair 2020 Chair, Juliette Rohrlach.
Thank you, Bob. I really enjoyed doing those town halls. They were such a value to our members. I am so excited to give our year in review, featuring some of the highlights from the 2019-2020 fiscal year, which ran October 9, 2019 to September 30th, 2020. Many more highlights can be found in your annual book and report, as well as the program book. The Alliance worked with more than 350 companies this year. With our partners, we helped companies in the creation and retention of 1,985 high-value jobs, plus more than $353 million in total capital investment. This brings our total impact since 2007 to more than 77,000 jobs that generate $15.1 billion in annual economic impact to Broward County. We held several events in the first and second quarters, including special events at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show in 2019. And for the first time, the South Florida Marine Research Hub hosted the Ocean Exchange Marine Research Conference in conjunction with the boat show. The Alliance also hosted officers and executive staff of all three regional economic development organizations right here in Fort Lauderdale in February. We also held education and workforce-focused events, including the annual Tech Gateway Day, where technology experts speak to students about careers in technology, and our fourth annual Claim Your Future Showcase Career Fair in partnership with Broward County Public Schools at the BB&T Center, which was attended by more than 1,300 high school juniors again this year. We celebrated ribbon cuttings and grand openings for companies that we assisted, including Spirit Airlines in Dania Beach, Shiji Droop in Hollywood, Icon International in Fort Lauderdale, and Decimal Engineering in Carl Springs. More than 90 business leaders participated in the Alliance's third leadership trip this year to Charlotte, North Carolina, where we met with key leaders, including the mayor of Charlotte, the president of the Carolina Panthers, and the CEO of the Charlotte Convention and Visitors Bureau. And then, Just days after we returned from Charlotte, the COVID-19 pandemic was literally upon us. And while we had no idea what was in store for us at that time, Alliance members from small businesses to large corporations quickly pivoted to operate in a new world. We held a series of 10 weekly town hall meetings from March through May, providing updates from top-level guest speakers, ranging from public health experts to members of Congress, to keep the business community informed of the latest news related to COVID-19. We also created a continuously updated information hub, bizhelpbroward.com, sharing resource information to help businesses navigate the pandemic. We moved our meetings to virtual, holding our council meetings via Zoom, and conducted more than 300 Bravo visits to hear firsthand from our companies. We've also been hard at work behind the scenes, creating new marketing pieces and updating our existing assets, including a redesign of our website, which will be launched later this month. One exciting new piece we unveiled this year is the South Florida aviation map, which helps us visually show the strength of our aviation industry cluster in this area. And as COVID cases initially spiked, we pivoted our SOB, Supporters of Broward, Buy Local campaign to heavily feature safety messaging alongside supporting local businesses. Conceptualized by Zimmerman Advertising with assistance from numerous partners and sponsors, many of whom are here at this meeting, we're calling on everyone in our community to do their part, like an SOB, like a supporter of Broward. Let's view a couple short videos from that campaign.
Right now, this is what a supporter of Broward should do. Social distance like an SOB. Wear a mask and wash like an SOB. When we take care of each other, Broward wins. SOBs, supporters of Broward, thank you.
SOBs, welcome here.
SOBs, welcome here.
SOBs, bem-vindo aqui.
SOBs, welcome here.
SOBs, welcome here.
Welcome here.
Welcome here.
In South Florida, we welcome all SOBs.
Welcome here.
Supporters of Broward, welcome back. We are now open.
Those videos were so well done. One of the aspects I love about the Alliance is that this organization values equity and economic opportunity for all individuals and is not afraid to say so. As our community and nation experienced an awakening this summer and continues to grapple with issues of social and racial justice, I was proud the Alliance took a stand unsolicited and issued our own social justice statement. And I know it is not just a statement. We walk the talk. I've seen firsthand the emphasis the team places on diversity and representation in volunteer leadership roles, and our important ongoing work in Prosperity Broward, serving Broward's 6 most economically challenged zip codes and in other areas. I chose my theme this year to be Powering Prosperity for All. And little did we know how important this work would become given disparities which have been magnified by the pandemic. I have been proud to serve alongside fellow business leaders like you, who believe in the power of economic prosperity for all to build a brighter, more equitable future. We can all be proud of the collective work accomplished this year. And now, I have the privilege of recognizing outstanding leadership. Let's reveal our next 2 award winners.
I'm Marissa Kelly, and I am a commercial litigator in the business practices group of Lewis Brisbois, a full-service law firm here in Fort Lauderdale. The firm has specialists in 40 different practice areas. We have 48 to 50 offices, depending on the day, here across the United States, from Los Angeles to Miami. I became involved with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance, I think 4 to 5 years ago. It's been my honor to serve as the Corporate Council Chair for the last 2 years. The Corporate Council of the Alliance, I think, is the best way to connect with the business community in Fort Lauderdale and to know what's really happening across sectors. The Corporate Council focuses on maritime, aviation technology, which are just tremendous industries here in South Florida. Fort Lauderdale, I think, is one of the most technologically advanced areas in the country. It's sort of a hidden gem where a lot of technological innovation is taking place. And every single meeting that we have at the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance Corporate Council has been informative and frankly fascinating. I always wish they could go on longer than they do. This year has been obviously incredibly challenging in terms of COVID. And, personally, as we've all had to learn a million new things, right? I will say I'm very proud of the job that the courts here in Florida have done in recognizing the pandemic early, taking steps that protected the health and safety of those in our community. Our courts are used every day by just a ton of people going in and out of the courthouse, and particularly our Chief Judge, Judge Tudor, has done a great job in helping the wheels of justice to continue to turn during this very difficult time.
Baptist Health is the largest not-for-profit hospital system here in South Florida, spanning 4 counties. We employ approximately 23,000 people, and we're extremely proud to have our presence here in Broward County in addition to Monroe, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach. Our new plantation location, which is located at Pine Island and 595 in the center of Broward County, it's going to be the first building in Broward County that is focusing on healthcare that is pandemic ready. Baptist Health South Florida got involved with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance approximately 5 years ago. We recognized that it was really important for us to connect with the Alliance and partner with the Alliance so that we could help establish our footprint here in Broward County. When the Alliance is talking to companies who are looking to move their headquarters here to the South Florida region, being able to let those potential employers know that they have access to top quality, cutting edge healthcare is very much a draw. Baptist Health South Florida is really fortunate in the respect that we have some incredible clinical personnel as well as infection control disease specialists who helped really chart our path through the COVID pandemic. We have recognized for years that our employees are our most important asset, and focusing on our employees and making sure that they have the tools that they need to do their job and that they feel comfortable, they feel safe and protective is paramount in providing quality health care.
Thank you and congratulations, Marissa and Kate. We appreciate your leadership. It's now my pleasure to turn the program over to the current Alliance Chair, Sam Robin. I ceremoniously passed the gavel to Sam at our virtual board meeting in October, and he's already doing an outstanding job. Sam is the President and CEO of National Jets. Sam, it's all yours.
Thank you, Juliet. I know everyone in this meeting joins me in thanking you for all you've done as chair of the Alliance and for all that you do for our community. I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank Juliet for her dedication and her contributions to the Alliance. Her leadership helped us navigate a challenging time, and we are very thankful. To show our appreciation for the work as chair, we have a special gift for you, Juliet. This beautiful silver champagne bucket engraved with a special message. We'll be sure to get it to you. Wow, what a year. I'm honored and thrilled to lead the Alliance as your new chair and would like to acknowledge my team at National Jets. Our company is a great example of a small, woman-owned business right here and has grown up in Broward County. In our 74th year, we've evolved with changing times, and likely there's no better example than that adaptability that we had to have this past year. We ensured that our private jet terminal, maintenance facilities, and our charter aircraft all operated under the highest standards of safe hygiene to continue our essential air transport services for the flying public. None of these accomplishments would have been possible without the forward-thinking, flexible, and dedicated team members of the National Jets family, and I take this opportunity to thank all of them. And as we look forward to a new year, I'd like to share a few of the Alliance's upcoming initiatives. We are eagerly awaiting the day when we can all resume major in-person events. Our business development team continues to work projects, meet with their clients in various formats, in person and virtually. In the meantime, we are glad to offer the enhanced new Virtual Alliance Leadership Speaker Series. These events are complimentary for Alliance members. Our series kicks off this Friday with Joanna Garrity, President and COO of JetBlue. A discussion will be hosted by our own Juliet. If you haven't already registered, do so at gflalliance.org/speaker series. We're also very excited today to officially unveil our new recruitment guide, a resource for companies and individuals alike who are considering a move to Greater Fort Lauderdale. We continue to see this year how important an individual's location can be for quality of life and an increasingly more work-from-anywhere climate. We know that we need to show off our amazing lifestyle assets, and from our beautiful waterborne lifestyle to our great neighborhoods, top employers, and world-class cultural offerings. We're also excited to continue to focus more on talent recruitment. As you know, the location of talent is a major decision factor for companies. We'll be doing this through our ongoing CEO Council advertising campaign and a new partnership with livability.com. And Juliet mentioned the work of Tech Gateway, which we will continue to grow this year. Just last month, we launched a new advertising campaign with WLRN, which will focus on the promotion of Tech Gateway's industries throughout radio ads over the next 48 months. Let's listen to one of those 30-second spots.
The estimated direct contribution of the tech sector to the South Florida economy is $22.4 billion, according to the 2020 CompTIA Cyberstates report. South Florida Tech Gateway is spreading the word and working towards branding South Florida as one of the strongest technology clusters in the nation and a great place for tech businesses to start and grow. With more than 9,000 tech companies, it can be the perfect location for a career from new grad to seasoned professional. Work in the cloud, live in the sun. Information available at techgateway.org.
Tech Gateway's done much to put our region on the national map as a tech hub, and we're excited to see this program grow. Six Pillars Broward has been an Alliance-led community-wide initiative for nearly a decade, and we've accomplished much by bringing together a broad coalition of public and private leadership to move the needle on important issues. The Florida Chamber Foundation considers Six Pillar Broward to be the gold standard for the state in strategic planning. In 2019, we relaunched Six Pillars with an intense focus and attention on 9 key issues, from affordable housing to nurturing our entrepreneurial ecosystem, resiliency, and more. This year, we've added social justice and racial equality. Also in 2020, the Alliance added to its team a full-time executive director for the program, as well as a manager, thanks to the support of our county. These exciting initiatives and our primary work as an economic development grow and diversify our economy, and are just examples of how great Broward County continues to lead our wonderful state. Thanks also to Bob and the CEO Council, our board members, council and committee chairs for their leadership, and all of our members, particularly the Alliance staff, for their tireless efforts that conducted to positive and results for despite the hard times and challenges we've been through this year. I'm looking forward to working with all of you as we move forward into 2021, and thank you.
Well, thank you, Sam. And we would now like to recognize our final two Leadership Award honorees.
Broward County's Office of Economic and Small Business Development. We're the office on behalf of the county that is the public-private partnership with the Alliance. We're the public side of that public-private partnership. We work with our cities to assure that we also support the sustaining of business, the expansion of business, and yes, the attraction of business. But in addition to that, what this office is really known for is our small business component. We're the office to assure that small businesses in Broward, if they choose to, they can participate in county procurement. County procurement right now is about $1 billion with a B of goods, materials, and services every year. The county tries to assure that at least 25% of what we buy is procured by small businesses certified in our local small business program. We all woke up one day, some woke up earlier than others, and there was this thing called COVID. And COVID had a very hard impact on Broward County. And a lot of that impact stemmed from businesses that would normally be successful, that would normally be thriving. Because of this health care crisis, we were then required to shut down businesses. That became very difficult for many of our businesses to exist, especially our small businesses. Currently, we're in the process of finishing, aligning, and offering grants to help some of the small businesses. We recognize all small businesses were not able to get the federal PPP or EIDL. So as an office, we've been doing virtual workshops. We've worked with the Alliance, we work with other community partners, we work with other nonprofit organizations, just to make sure that from resources to guidance to the ideal of pivoting to look for new things to do or creative ways by which to still engage your consumer, that we could present that information to our small businesses.
The BB&T Center, having a big arena here in Broward County, is a great selling point for other businesses. Here at the arena, we play hockey games, and we also put on concerts, events, family shows, graduations. It's the only arena, a sports arena and concert arena in Broward County, and we're very proud to be one of the institutional companies and sports platforms in Broward County. We're members of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance, and we're also part of the CEO Council, which is about 15 or so companies that get together and help attract businesses to Broward County. To have, a group of 15 other peers that are all here and can share their experiences, that's very attractive. It's strong, it shows that you're not delegating this to someone else. You gotta lead by example. COVID has had a material effect on a lot of industries. The sports and entertainment industry is definitely probably at the top of that list. I mean, the whole industry is about bringing people together, right? Thousands and thousands of folks to celebrate, to gather, to have fun, to interact. And we haven't had any event with public ticketing since March 12th, and we don't have any events coming up in the near future. So it's really brought the industry to its knees, but all the owners have stayed in there, stayed strong. I'm particularly proud of our owner, who has not fired any employees and has not done pay cuts, because we know that we're going to come out of this. We know sports and concerts and entertainment are a vital part of people's lives, So for us, we're staying strong and trying to build our team so that when we come out of it, we'll be that much stronger.
Congratulations, Sandy and Matt. Very well-deserved awards. I will tell you, this month marks 17 years for me at the Alliance. And in those 17 years, I started in David Coddington's role as the Senior Vice President of Business Development. But our relationship with the county has never been stronger. You heard Sandy Michael McDonald talk a little bit about it in his video. But we have, I think, the strongest working relationship in the state of Florida between the Alliance and Broward County. Of course, that stems also from leadership at the top. We couldn't do it without our county administrator, Bertha Henry. But in 17 years, I have never seen a stronger, better working partnership than I witnessed today. Could not be any happier with the quality of the work that we do together. And it shows. I mean, before the COVID crisis, our unemployment level was rock bottom, and we just saw growth in all the key areas that we focus on at the Alliance. I'd also like to take a moment and thank Dan Perez. If you enjoyed these video clips, I thought they were done particularly well. Dan Perez is our videographer. He's done it for several years now, but he did an amazing job this year on the videos. They're such an important part of a virtual meeting like this, and we can't thank Dan enough for all his work on behalf of the Alliance. As we close, I'd like to thank and recognize your hardworking Alliance team. In challenging times, some people naturally rise to the occasion, as I said before about Juliet. Rise to the occasion and adapt. Our team is nimble and creative. Never before have they proven themselves so thoroughly. A couple of things that you learned about today: our new recruitment guide, the brand new website that'll be released later this month. All that content development was done while people were working remotely. If there was any positive from the tragedy that we've all been through, as folks were working remotely, we were able to concentrate on some projects that we've been wanting to do for a while. You know, that recruitment guide is going to be incredibly important. I've had employers talk to me over the years trying to recruit top-level employees to Broward County, and they've asked for, can you give me something that really can spell out how appealing and how great it is to live in Greater Fort Lauderdale? We had a lot of printed material, but we didn't really have anything with the impact and the particular focus that the recruitment guide has. It talks about lifestyle, and a lot of communities are great places and they have a great quality of life, but the recruitment guide really tells the story of Greater Fort Lauderdale. It talks about our neighborhoods throughout the county and why you'd want to live here. And we all know that in today's environment, where you live and where you work from is incredibly important. And it's a unique time for communities like Greater Fort Lauderdale that are particularly attractive when you look at relatively low density, great outdoor environments. There aren't too many places in the country that you're going to be able to eat outdoors this month, and we can offer that in Greater Fort Lauderdale. And the website, when you see the website, wow, you talk about way to market and promote your community digitally. I think you're going to be very proud of the work that's been done by the team. But that content development and all the creativity that went into both those programs and projects particularly really came as a result of people working from home and working hard to make sure that the Alliance still got what it needed to do its work. And I'm really proud of the team. I also want to thank Gail Bulfin, Tanya Benisa for the great work they did, and the Alliance team in putting on today's virtual annual meeting. It was a big change for us. It was a challenge. We wanted to do this as a blended meeting in the worst way possible, but when the surge occurred, we realized that people's safety is still of paramount importance. But this blended meeting became a virtual meeting, and I can't thank the folks at Signature Grant enough. Arlene Pecora and Linda Blanco are not only sponsors of this event, they're our members, but more importantly, they're our good friends. And I want to thank both of them and the team at Signature Grant. You can't see them because you're participating remotely, but if you stopped by and picked up your lunch today, you met some of the Signature Grant frontline folks that made sure you got a nice, well-prepared lunch. But they made a truly unique event, very special, and I can't thank Arlene and her team at Signature Grant enough for making that possible. We are incredibly grateful to them. As I close, thank you to all of our members for your support throughout the year. Thank you for being with us today. 50 minutes in, that's pretty good, right? This is better than an annual meeting when you all are making a lot of noise. I want to be able to hit the mute button next year when I'm doing this live for dinner, and I can get silence in the room. So I'll have those mute functions inserted over the next year, so we'll have another meeting like this. But thanks again for participating and being with us from either your home or your home office or your office. It's been a really challenging year. We're looking forward to a great 2021. My thanks to all of you. We stand adjourned.